Dear friends, there is a process for personal improvement and for positively impacting yourself, which is called daily questions, and it was developed by Marshall Goldsmith, a famous executive coach, and his daughter. So in this message, I will share with you some questions that you can also use for yourself. So daily questions is a process checking on a daily basis, either yourself or with the help of a friend, checking how are you doing on your highest priorities. So if you want to chant japa, do mantra meditation, read the scriptures, you want to have clear daily goals, you want to exercise, you want to be fully engaged, you want to write, you want to build positive relationships. So you can put all these things that are important to you in one day, one particular day, you can put them in the form of questions, and then you can ask yourself or ask somebody else to ask you. And also you can have a success partnership out of this, and you can ask someone and then they also ask you. So I have created some questions for myself, but you can create your own questions. And why we are doing this is that we want to help devotees to achieve a positive change in their lives, for themselves personally, then for their families, for other devotees, for the projects that they are taking part in, and ultimately for all the people in the world. So I have about 3 decades of experience in helping devotees to overcome internal and external obstacles to their success, and we want them to actually succeed in all areas of life. As a Gita coach, I help people to understand and apply the timeless success principles from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Bhagavad Gita has many timeless principles which are always active, always valid, or we may say the laws of success also. And we want devotees to apply these principles to their daily activities and relationships in order to achieve inner peace and happiness, and also make a wonderful contribution to their loved ones and to the world, to the people in general. So let us look at some of these questions, or I can read them, all of them. But please have in mind that these questions are my questions, and you can create your own questions that you want yourself to ask yourself, or your success partner, or your coach, if you want them to ask you these questions. So every question starts with, did I do my best to? Or have I done my best to? So have I done my best to chant japa attentively today? Have I done my best to set clear goals? Have I done my best to progress toward achieving those goals? Have I done my best to be grateful? Did I do my best to have meaningful conversations with others? Did I do my best to build positive relationships with devotees and with other people? Did I do my best to be fully engaged in devotional service throughout the day? Did I do my best to write something something which will help others and help myself? Did I do my best to do exercise or to walk or to ride a bicycle? Did I do my best to follow up on communications and clients? Did I do my best to work on new material? Usually it's a written material or preparing material for courses, for seminars, for training. Did I do my best to say or do something nice for those people that I love? Did I do my best to read one chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam live on Facebook? Did I do my best to get up by 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning? Did I do my best to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra in one go, first thing in the morning, without any interruption? Did I do my best to have a positive and spiritual internal dialogue? That one probably should be at the top. So at least a couple of first ones at the top should be the most important ones. And this one is really significant for me. Did I do my best to have a positive and spiritual internal dialogue? Did I do my best to read the books of wisdom aloud? Did I do my best to have live broadcasts on Facebook? Did I do my best to be kind and patient with devotees and with other people? And did I do my best to eat only when I'm hungry? Not when it's time for lunch, but only when I'm hungry, because I believe this is good for my health. So these are some, I don't know how many, I didn't count them, I just created them today. Probably it's about 15 or 20 questions here. And so it's really exciting to do this, because especially if you do it with somebody else, if we have a partner, like success partner, and then you can ask each other these questions. So I have my questions, I give them to you, and then you ask me my own questions, and I reply yes, no, or give yourself, you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So you can say it's 10, it's 8, it's 6, and like this. And then, as I wrote recently on Facebook, that if you want to achieve excellence, if you want to achieve success, then you have to measure actually your results. And this is a wonderful way to measure daily results, what you have achieved in one day. So these daily questions, I have actually downloaded so many articles, probably between 10 and 15 articles on the same topic from the same author. That's an executive coach, Marshall Goldsmith. And he describes the same thing in different articles. So I will see if there are different points and different angles of vision in these articles, and try to maybe compile one article or a list of points that are important for this. And he explains it very nicely. So I also put links here on Gita Coaching. I put links where you can actually download these articles, or I can send you these articles. These are actually very small files, and I can send them as a zip through WeTransfer. So now, to do this, one actually has to be brave, has to be bold. You don't ask yourself every day these questions where you check on yourself, check your self-discipline. And we see that successful people are very disciplined. Like this gentleman who has written this system of daily questions, his name is Marshall Goldsmith. And actually they made a movie about his life, and of course they showed his daily routine and his weekly routine and his monthly routine, how he's leading his life and about his discipline and about his walking every day and measuring every step. He has a watch where the watch counts every step that he makes. So minimum 10,000 steps he makes every day, and he's 70 years old now. Then he does sit-ups and push-ups. So this is on the physical part. Then on the his job part, I mean, he always wants to prepare new material, working on new material. He wants to write an article. He wants to visit his website, and he wants to have meaningful conversations with people. He wants to do something nice for his family, and just daily he checks how he's doing on his highest priorities. He has 32 questions. I have maybe 15. He has 32 questions, and he wants to cover every area of his life. And he recommends this to people, and he himself is using it. So in one sense, actually, he is paying one woman to call him every single day and ask him his own questions, and then he answers. And this conversation lasts about between 5 and 10 minutes, I think. But it helps him because in this way he is being coached in one sense by that lady, or at least he is coaching himself, we can say, through that lady. So this is something that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you can use it. And if you are interested in links where you can read articles, or if you want me to send you these articles, by sending you a link where you can download them all at once, so that you don't have to always click and whatever. But I must say that I have to tidy up the text because I was copying the whole page, so I need to delete things in these files, delete texts that are not relevant, but just keep the article, because there is advertisement on the page and things like that. So I will tidy this up today, and so you can actually order tomorrow if you like these articles. But I'm really enthusiastic to learn about this process, and in many articles and in his books he's mentioning this process of daily questions, and I want to have all this available, all these explanations and different angles of explaining this, and so that we learn and understand how to use these daily questions, and how to basically, when you use these daily questions, you have a high quality inner dialogue with yourself. You talk to yourself as a coach, and you make yourself accountable to your goals through these questions. It's a very nice process. It helps self-discipline, it helps goal achievement, it helps relationships, it helps anything you want to do. It helps your spiritual practice. So you can try to create your daily questions, and also if you have any questions, you can write me personally in the inbox on Facebook, and I will do my best to help you to create your questions and to use this process. So thank you very much for listening. I hope this tool is useful for you, and I will be sharing more tools with you here on the Gita Coaching Group page and also on my profile page, Gita Seva, so that you can have a lot of instruments, a lot of tools, a lot of principles, a lot of ideas, how you can be successful in devotional service and your life in general, and how you can make progress, spiritual advancement, personal development, because I think this life is meant for personal improvement in all areas of life, and we use a lot of instructions from the scriptures, but we also use some tools and ideas from professionals, because they also have good ideas and very practical things that we can use, and this is one of them. And inquiry, as you know, is very important in our tradition. Adhato Brahma Jigyasa, inquiring, asking first-class questions, of others, of spiritual master, of other devotees, but you can also learn to ask useful questions yourself. So thank you very much for listening. I wish you good luck, and I think I will be here on this page tomorrow again with some new tools. And in the meantime, you can check our Gita Seva profile where I was speaking about inner dialogue in more detail based on the teachings of Bhaktitirtha Swami. So we are already on the part 3, or actually I have already done part 3, and later today I will do part 4 of internal dialogue discussions. And also we have, if you are interested, we have reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. I read chapter 6, Sanskrit only.